Mark B here. It's been a little while. Mainly because, life gets you busy and you don't have a lot of time to stand in front of a camera and talk about random stuff. But I noticed today when I got into my inbox that I don't know, 7 or so different videos all had comments on them from the same feller who's been commenting on some of my videos for quite some time. Graytheist? Is that how it's pronounced? Well, anyway, one of the things he, or she, whichever the case may be, said was that, I complain a lot in my videos, and maybe that's why they're not as popular as, say, Fred Figglehorn. Well, obviously that's not the reason. Obviously I can sit here and do positive reviews, and I'm not going to have that many views, and I'm fine with that. Like I said, if I have to act like he does to get, that many views, it's just not worth it. But I did realize that everything that I generally review is generally negative, probably because I'm kind of a negative person. So I thought, for shits and giggles, I would go ahead and make one video, at least, that's nothing but positive. And so I'm just going to, without elaborating on any one thing, kind of a mental laundry list, off the cuff, just things that I like, highly recommend, have very little problem or no problems with, and think are great things that people should check out. Music-wise, the Woodbox Gang. Check them out, they're awesome. Reverend Peyton's Big Damn Band, Nick Cave, Leonard Cohen, Tom Waits, Warren Zevon, Tom Petty, Cake, They Might Be Giants, Dead Milkmen. All of these are totally terrific bands that should definitely be checked into if you don't already look into them. Did I mention Tom Waits? If not, he bears mentioning twice. There we go. Books. Raymond D. Feist is the best fantasy author out there. His series never have a bad book. He's got tons of books to go get a hold of. His new one just came out, Rides a Dread Legion, which I haven't got into yet, but I'm sure it's going to be wonderful. Terry Goodkind's pretty solid. Starts off well, the first several books. The last several books, in the middle, it gets a little stagnant. It's got a TV show out for it now, Legend of the Seeker. Doesn't follow the books real well, but it's a decent enough show on television. Speaking of television, I just started watching old episodes of Buffy and Angel on Hulu. I had never watched the show before and found out it's quite excellent. I highly recommend that to anyone that hasn't already checked it out, though there are some inconsistencies with the show that drive me nuts, like how Angel is constantly outside in what appears to be direct sunlight, even though they say it's not. He's constantly getting into homes without being invited, even though they say that he can't be. But still, an amazing show. I can't let at least a little bit of critique not slip into this, Deadwood, greatest TV show ever made, back on HBO. Only had 3 seasons, unfortunately, and it ended poorly. But the ride was unlike any other show I've ever seen. Pussy, I highly recommend that. That's really fun and cool to check out. And Titties, I like those things. Those are worth mentioning. Obviously on music I left out ICP and Twisted and Boondocks and the whole Psychopathic Records, but I figured that anybody that has seen these videos already knows I love that, and I figured it went without saying. Rocky Horror Picture Show is an amazing movie, as is the Lord of the Rings trilogy, but I'm sure everyone knows that. So that really goes without saying. Role-playing games wise, I always hate on 4th edition. Let me talk about some things that are awesome. 3rd edition. 3rd edition Dungeons & Dragons is awesome. I just got the Buffy role-playing game. I haven't got a chance to try it out yet. It looks promising. The old World of Darkness for White Wolf, Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Forsaken, and so on through Hunter, or through Demon the Fallen. Amazing series, best role-playing books ever made. The old World of Darkness is the role-playing game to check out. Highly recommend that to anybody. My buddy Mutus makes YouTube videos. Doesn't have many, but he's my best friend in the whole world, so you gotta check him out because the guy, he's awesome. Whether or not an individual video may be, he himself is awesome. He deserves all the support in the world. And I think that's a fair... this is going to be a huge shocker. But the St. Louis Rams. If you don't have a football team, you're looking to pick a football team that is just the greatest football team on earth. Now, granted, they've won 5 games in the last 2 years, but it's all about heart and soul and spirit and intangibles, and the Rams got them all, baby. Fan since Los Angeles, 1990. Moved to St. Louis, closer to where I am. Still a fan today. The people that were there when they won the Super Bowl are off the bandwagon now, so it's time for true fans to climb aboard and charge on. Also, Kurt Warner, greatest athlete of all time. Not highest performing, but as a person, and has coolness and heart and desire, just the greatest. What else is awesome? Oh, me. I'm pretty badass. But I mean, I assume you can tell that. No, I'm not conceited. I'm just playing. But anyway, here's just a quick little rundown of some things that are worth checking out. Thanks for your time if you're watching this, and you know, hell, for the people that have actually taken the time to subscribe to me and watch what I have to say, if there's something you want me to talk about, like you're curious on my take on it or something, I'd be glad to take requests, because I'm very appreciative of every subscriber, every person that spends a few minutes out of their life to watch me talk. That really, honestly, means a lot to me. You know, it's probably good I don't get 1 million views like Ficklehorn, because I probably have a heart attack and drop over. It's amazing. So yeah, so just drop me a line if there's something you want me to say, and to the person that watched my videos on Milo Toys and More and has been corresponding with me about how they got ripped off too, just like I said, anything I can do to be of service. Screw Milo, he needs his head bashed in. You know, couldn't happen to a nicer guy, but hopefully the legal problems snap him up like and eventually put him out of business, because the guy's an ass and he doesn't deserve to be in business. But anyway, peace out. Clown love to all the juggalos, and I promise to be back in bitching form in short order. So catch y'all later.